I think this will be the biggest fight of the year. I don't know what other event tops this, so I'm really excited for that.
I don't think this will affect my legacy or my career.
I respect this man. I'm still gonna knock him out, but respectfully knock him out.
This fight is very important.
As soon as that bell rings and we punch each other in the face, it's gonna be a war.
Basketball fans, the wait is over. Hoops are back, and you can tip off the season with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA.
New customers can make any $5 NBA bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins.
You heard that right. New customers throw down any $5 NBA bet and get $200 in free bets if your team wins.
Even if sports betting isn't available in your state yet, you can still win big. All customers can play DraftKings Daily Fantasy for a shot at glory.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the promo code SMOKE. Make any $5 bet this week and get $200 in free bets if your team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with promo code SMOKE. I want to say them, but I've been saying them the last 3 years, and maybe I've been jinxing them, so I'm not going to say them, but I want it to be them. So, welcome back. What's burning? Jack, the season is finally here.
Yep, that's right.
All right, let's get straight to it, man. Ring ceremony. Golden State is opening up the season with the Lakers. We got a chance to go out to the Bay last week and kick it with the team. Obviously, the Draymond and Jordan Poole incident had just happened the day before we got there. But it seems to me like, everyone's apologized. Jordan is cool with the situation, that the team has accepted Draymond back, and they're ready to move forward. What are your thoughts on that situation? Do you think it'll hinder them at all this season?
It's tough. It's a tough situation, but, I think they'll be good. Things like this happen. I think the best part about it is the two people that's involved. You got a young, solid kid who wants to work, who loves the game, loves the position he's in, just got a big contract. So he's in a good spot, and he's focused on continuing to help that team. Then you got another guy like Draymond, a vet, knows that he's a big part of that team and understands, that he made a mistake, and he has to be a big brother and really shoulder all this and kind of put it on him and help them move on. So I think, from them talking, obviously in the back of Poole's mind, he always going to think about it and remember what happened. But I think both of these guys are professionals. I think they done had experience winning together. And that respect alone is going to help them and help them get through it.
I think you hit it on the head. I mean, these guys are professionals. And, this team is a veteran team who's been through a lot of different wars. Will the relationship be the same? Who knows? But I think at the end of the day, both these guys know what they're here for. This team knows what they're here for. And that's to try to win a fifth ring, with this core group. So I don't expect it to hinder them at all. To be honest with you, this is a veteran team, and I think they're going to move past it, depending on how long the media wants to fuck around and talk about it and continue to show it. It's kind of up to them. But I think this team is kind of past it, which is a good thing. Got a couple big extensions, Poole and Wiggins, that we'll get to a little bit later. All right, status check now. We're checking in. A lot of guys returning to the court. To name a few: Kawhi Leonard, John Wall, Zion, James Wiseman, Ben Simmons, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. Excited to see all of them, a handful of them, one of them. Who are you excited to see back on the court?
I think the crazy part is about, all these guys is they all key pieces to teams that can possibly win the championship.
Yeah.
So it's hard to just pick just one. You know what I mean? I'm with Kawhi Leonard and John Wall, bringing them back to a team that was already a competitive team, and having a guy like Kawhi and bringing a point guard like John Wall, you can expect great things from them, especially with a good coach like Ty Lue. So the sky's the limit for them. Wiseman, having been able to come in and be a big piece in Golden State, a championship team already that don't really need much, but what he can add is a big plus. Ben Simmons to Brooklyn. A playmaker, a defender, exactly what they need. Getting Jamal Murray and Michael Porter back in Denver to help Jokic. All those players are big names that going to be add big contributions to any one of these teams to be able to be successful this year. So I'm looking to see all of them. And with Zion, I am with Zion. Big name. Everybody likes. Everybody want to see. Can he stay healthy? We know he's athletic. We know he's a star. We know he's one of the biggest names in the game. But can we see him add up make his play add up to his name.
Yeah, I want to talk about Zion. I mean, obviously, all the guys you mentioned are key pieces to a championship team, but I think what they're trying to build over in New Orleans is obviously centered around Zion. And he's back, he's healthy, he's in shape. I expect him, as long as he's healthy, to be comeback player of the year, and I also think he could possibly be in some other award categories as well. I mean, this kid is big, strong, athletic, just kind of touching the potential that he has in this game. But between him, C.J. McCollum just got an extension out there. I love Brandon Ingram. Our guy Willie Green is out there coaching. Those three guys right there are kind of supposed to set the foundation for this young New Orleans team. But obviously the centerpiece is Zion, so his health is obviously going to be on watch this year. But, happy that all these guys are back, because you said these are all big names and key contributors to each of their teams. All right, Jack, let's take a look ahead at some games this week. Friday, Celtics at Heat, rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals. These teams headed in the opposite direction. Obviously a lot of stuff going on with the Celtics this offseason with their head coach. Miami, did they get better? Did they add anyone that's going to help them get over that hump? One person I really want to talk about is Robert Williams. It was just announced the other day that he's taking these PRP injections and he'll be ready for the second half of the season. He's their only real frontline depth. I knew last year when he was playing, he wasn't healthy. You can tell he was still great, but you could tell he wasn't healthy. And now he's suffering the consequences from trying to, push through an injury last year when he should have been waiting. But I completely understand it. Hopefully there's no long-term damage he's caused. But thoughts on these two teams and where you see them possibly, trending this season?
I don't expect much from this first game, Matt. I honestly don't. You don't even know who's going to play. And with big fella, like you said, all that plan he did last year and forcing himself to play, I hope it don't come back to hurt him. He's a big piece of that team, and they really need him. And I like that kid. I want him to have a long, successful career, and I hope, playing when he shouldn't be playing, comes back to haunt him. But it's going to be a good, interesting game. It's going to be must-see TV, of course, because, like you said, these are the two teams that was fighting at the end. But I don't see too much coming out this game, besides everybody anticipating to see how Boston going to respond to all the controversy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what fans kind of have to understand is, although this is a lot of excitement because the season is here, it's a long-ass season, man. So we're going to have to wait to see. Although we are excited, it's just early. People are going to be shaking off rust, getting in rhythm. But, again, we're happy to have the season back. Nuggets go to Golden State. The back-to-back MVP, Jokic, finally gets his running mates back with Murray and Porter Jr. Talk to me about Denver and what these two young wing scorers can do to not only boost Jokic's game, which I don't know is that even possible, the two-time MVP, but how important are these two guys to the success of the Nuggets, really trying to make some noise in not only the Western Conference but the league?
Well, they're going to need them both to even be a contender, and that's what they look at. With a guy like Jokic who's back-to-back MVP, they need the pieces to come around him to be a championship contender. It's not just about MVP awards. And Murray and Porter are those guys, and the question is, how confident are they with their injuries? They both had injuries that's been lingering. Murray's supposed to come back earlier than he did, but he took his time, which is smart. And I think for me, he is the biggest question for them, because the way he played in the bubble, I wanted to see him come out of that and play the next season with the confidence that he had in that bubble. And I think if he can play that way, with the Jokic being an MVP caliber player the way he's been playing, they can really make some noise in the Western Conference, man. But how confident are they coming off these injuries?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Both of them, I mean, in the back, Michael Porter, the knock on him, the reason why he slid to Denver was because of these back injuries. He got a huge extension, and then the back started acting up, and he had to have another surgery. So to me, that knees are something. Obviously, they're important, but backs are scary to me. So, Murray's, coming back with his confidence, which I think he should have. He's been back playing for a while. But Michael Porter Jr.'s back is what continues to worry me, and I hope that, they found some sort of solution to get through that. I want to go back to Boston real quick because, again, with Robert Williams being out, two friends of the program are sitting at home right now, Dwight Howard and DeMarcus Cousins. They can definitely add you some quality minutes. Obviously not young and running around like Robert Williams, but definitely adding some depth to that front line. You know, they signed Blake Griffin, but Blake Griffin is, you know, not too much in the paint anymore, never really been a paint, you know, a rim protector. But, you know, with Dwight and DeMarcus both at home, big bodies that can clog up the paint and still give you some on the offensive end, I'll be surprised to see if, you know, neither one or if both of these guys aren't getting a call soon, hopefully. Next up on the radar, presented to you by DraftKings. Odds-on favorite to win the 2023 NBA championship. There's three teams tied at the top. They haven't decided yet, but the LA Clippers, Golden State Warriors, and the Boston Celtics are all plus 600. So those are the three favorites coming into the season. The Brooklyn Nets slide up there at plus 700. Milwaukee Bucks are plus 800. And then it gets a little higher. Phoenix Suns plus 1,200. Philly plus 1,500. Lakers at 1,800. So on and so forth. Jack, who do you like coming into this season? Give me two teams that you really feel like a chance to have a chance to win a championship this year.
For the East, I'm going. I'll just say the Warriors for sure will play 600. I mean, defending champions, you can't count them out. And you know, I'm high on my boys out east, man. Them Brooklyn boys, man. For some reason, just the person KD is, you know, and the player that Kyrie is, adding Ben Simmons. For some reason, I think they're gonna figure it out because they just that good. But I'm sticking with them. So I'll say Golden State and Brooklyn.
I want to say them, but I've been saying them the last 3 years, and maybe I've been jinxing them, so I'm not going to say them. But I want it to be them. So that's my asterisk next to I want it to be them. My two teams are coming out of the same division. Although I love Milwaukee out there, I think the Golden State Warriors and the Clippers. You know, it would be history for the Clippers. You know, Western Conference Finals as far as that franchise ever made it. But like you said earlier, I mean, shout out to Ty Lue and with how he's been able to keep the train on the track. With no Kawhi all last year, PG missed a handful of games. The one thing about that team is everybody knows their roles, you know, so will they be able to slide back into their original role? Adding John Wall, to me, the deepest team in the league is the Clippers. So you got to beat the champs, but if anyone in the Western Conference could beat the champs in the Western Finals, it could be the Clippers. So those are my two teams that I'm picking to win a championship this year. Closing thoughts. Jack, you've been greedy with your IG post. You ain't been sharing the sugar with me, but something that you've come up with, you know, our homeboy Dylan. 5 things looking forward to in the upcoming season. Let's get right to it.
Yes.
First and foremost, who is the best player in the world right now?
Right now, the best player in the world, Steph Curry, the chef.
Okay. Come on, man. Can't be mad at that.
Defending champ, the things he's been able to do in the last couple of years, man, has been amazing. Just his whole career, and the best shooter we've ever seen. Like I said, the champion. You got to knock the king off the throne.
Mm-hmm. And everyone, you got to try very hard, and people do, to try to knock Steph. Like, what can you pick at? And the one thing was, he doesn't have a Finals MVP. Well, he went and got that motherfucker last year in Boston. Everyone saw it, so no argument over here. Steph Curry, best player in the world. Next up, who will win a championship this season?
Come on, man. My little bros, man. I'm staying loyal to them, Kyrie and KD. Hopefully Steve Nash can figure it out. If he don't, we got to get him out of there. But adding Ben Simmons coming in, hopefully these young guys that had some experience and losing to Boston in the first round kind of helped them have a playoff experience. But I still believe in my Brooklyn boys, man. I think they're going to pull it off.
Man, I'm looking forward to Ben Simmons having a big season, Kyrie being locked in. KD is always KD. This team is definitely going to be a problem. So, you know, again, if they could stay on the court, those three in the supporting cast, I don't see why not. Next question. Who will lead the league in scoring this season?
I'm going with the kid, man, KD, man. I think you know, the way he's been playing with everything that's been going on in Brooklyn and not having a full team, not having guys in and out, he's been dominant. You know what I'm saying? He's still been shooting at a high percentage, a high clip, and he's one of the most efficient players to ever play in the NBA. He's going to average his points, get to close to 28 to 30 points average every year, from 25 to 30 every year. So I think it's going to be a big year for him because he understands that the role he has for them to even get to a championship has to be tremendous.
There's been a lot of KD slander of late. He can't do this, he can't do that. He's not a top 5 player in the world. Like, people are fucking crazy and they just talk to talk. But I completely agree. I mean, KD is one of the most efficient scorers we've ever seen. He's a walking 26 to 30 points every single night. And if he keeps his team together, you know, he's that guy. So, again, no argument there. Who are you most excited to see come back this season?
Man, J5, man, John Wall, man, little bro. I'm anxious to see John Wall come back. I know he's been through a lot with, you know, trying to get over these knee injuries and being counted out. I know how that feels, but I wasn't counted out after I was an all-star. This guy's one of the best point guards in the league, and everybody being counted him out. So to see him have that, I have to prove some attitude. He's already a dog, along with PG and Kawhi, with a coach like Ty Lue, yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. You know, he went through a lot. You know, he opened up not too long ago, I think this past summer, talking about, you know, he contemplated suicide, you know, losing, you know, important family members and also having the game taken away from him. I couldn't imagine what kind of emotional pain this man was in. But we all know that basketball is, you know, kind of our safe haven. So excited to see him healthy, excited to see him smile, and excited to have him in LA, man. I think this is going to be a big season for not only him but that team. Last but not least, who's the player you like watching the most?
Baby Rod Strickland, the most talented player that has the most in his bag that I've ever seen on the basketball court at that size, Kyrie Irving. I just like the way you see how he plays the game. Can score from anywhere, can make any big shot, left hand, right hand. It's just interesting to see, you know, somebody work on the game that much to have so much in their package and be able to do it, you know, on 7-footers, anybody on the court. So, you know, I love watching Kyrie play.
There's 3 guys I really wanted to see get back to their bag, get back to being themselves, and one is Kyrie, and his only thing is he's always in his bag whenever he's on the court. I just think his availability this year, he's heard a lot of talking, he's heard a lot of talking over the past few years, and I think, you know, he understands that. But we all know when he's out there committed, there ain't too many people better in the entire world than him. 2, James Harden. I want to see James Harden. He had a great summer working out, got his body in shape.
He said he lost 100 pounds, so he must have been 300.
No, that was a joke. But in shape, you know, this guy's a 20-10 guy, being able to orchestrate that team. You know, what kind of scorer he still is. I'm excited about that. And then, you know, my Bruin brother out here. I really hope that Russ can somehow figure it out. Preseason was ugly for them. Still a lot of moaning and groaning and rumbles that he could be here, he could not be here. But, you know, you can only control what you can control. And I hope that he has, you know, is locked in and understanding, you know, how talented he still is and what he can bring to the team and how his game can fit into a team situation. So those 3 guys I really kind of want to see get back, particularly because, you know, Russ is getting up there in age. You know, James is getting a little older. Kyrie's, you know, not as old, but those 3 guys have been great for this league since they've stepped in the league, and really just excited for them to get back to their best levels. So it's going to be a fun one. Bro,
if the beard can actually be the beard that we know he can with Embiid, dog, that's too scary, dog.
Scary.
And along with the Eagles playing well, boy, Philly will be popping.
Philly's lit right now. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our first episode back. What's Burning? We're looking to continue to raise the bar, not only with all the smoke, but what's burning. So, you know, we'll get back to fan questions soon. We're going to have some guest appearances. We might even throw a live show at you if I can get my schedule together. So, really excited to be back here. I like bringing in other personalities, Jack, to just kind of chop it up with us, whether, you know, you and I are busy and someone else helps host.
Bubba Dub
just comes in. Yeah, Bubba Dub will definitely be making an appearance. Shaq said he wants to come on. We got to get KD on for this, get some rappers on here, and everyone just come on here and talk their sports shit, man. So really excited about what we have coming to you guys this season for What's Burning. I know you guys have been following us on All the Smoke. You already see what kind of levels we're taking All the Smoke to, so we want to do the same thing for What's Burning, man. So fasten your seat belts. We on the way. But that's a wrap, man. What's Burning is available every week on Showtime Basketball YouTube.
And on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Show Basketball.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
I didn't tell you?
No.
Oh my God, did I tell you?
No.
Did I tell you?
No.
It's so easy.
I drew a picture of our family.
It sucks. Do it again.
5G is a Chinese conspiracy. Yeah! I'm so happy now!
Hey, thanks, Amy. You're a star.
The award-winning sketch series Inside Amy Schumer returns, streaming October 20th.
I'm in a commercial.
Exclusively on Paramount Plus.